Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another crochet haul. I think it's only been a month since the last one I did, but I decided I want to try to do them a little more often because in the past couple of crochet hauls, I've realized that I talk a lot and the videos were getting so long. Not that that's a bad thing. I personally love watching long YouTube videos and especially hauls, but I think if I'm gonna yap a lot, I might as well show a little bit fewer stuff. So the first thing I'm going to show, you might recognize it if you had seen one of my community posts that I posted here on YouTube, where I actually posted a survey and a picture asking if I should redo this sweater or not. Basically what happened was that I made a tapestry sweater and I attempted to do it in half double crochet like the last tapestry sweater I did, but this time it wasn't working out as well. And while I was making the sweater, I could tell towards the beginning that it wasn't working out very well. I could tell that the design, which was a polar bear, the legs were like getting really long. I was like, and I know like with half double crochet and tapestry, that's what's going to happen, is that the picture is going to be stretched up a bit. And you kind of like, it's a little risky if that's going to super affect the design or if it's just going to look like a little bit different but still cute. So I was thinking it's not cute anymore, it's just going to look weird. And my mom and my sister happened to be in the room with me while I was realizing this, so I showed it to them. I was like, I think I have to just like start this over. And they laughed at it. They agreed that it was looking weird and long, but they both said, keep going, it's going to even out towards the end. It's going to look way better when it's the finished product. So I believe them, but it did not look better in my opinion. So that's why I posted the survey on YouTube asking if I should redo it or keep it the way it is, if it is cute or not. But at the same time, I had also texted a picture of it to my group chat with my cousins and my sisters. And my other sister, who was not there when I was showing it around, she saw the picture and she was like, don't undo it. His name's Craig and he has kids. She became very invested in Craig. So I actually ended up deleting the picture that I posted and the survey because I was like, a lot of people had answered the survey and everyone said keep it. There was one, it seems like one person said to undo it, but that was actually just me on my other YouTube account because I thought that if I posted a survey and that was the options, that people might be scared to say undo it. So I just put it there to be like the first person that said undo it so other people wouldn't be scared to say it if that's what they were really thinking. So that one was me. All the other votes said to keep it, but I started thinking and I had enough of this blue background color, and so I texted my other sister who named it Craig and I was like, what if I don't undo Craig and I turn Craig into a pillow and you can have Craig? And she was like, yes, thank you, I thought you never ask. I don't know how she knew I was going to ask about a pillow. Maybe she thought I was going to ask about her having the sweater, but either way, I didn't have to undo Craig in that situation. So then I decided to do that and then use the rest of this nice blue yarn, which I really liked for the polar bear because it looks like a sky with snow, I feel like, to actually make the polar bear sweater the way I intended it. So here is the finished polar bear sweater. Out of all the things that I'm showing in this video today, this is the only thing that I actually had with me at my last market, which I was talking about in my last crochet haul, was that I was preparing for a Christmas market, which was going to be my last market of the year. I did finish this by then, and I truly believed it was going to sell. So much so to the point where I made this my display sweater. I had all my sweaters on a rack, and this was the sweater that was in the front, so it's like the only sweater you can really see the entire front of it when you walk past it. I thought polar bear is kind of a Christmassy / wintry symbol. Someone was really gonna want it. It did not sell, but it seemed like at that market, people weren't interested in buying bigger things, at least not from us, because me and my sister, who also sells tie-dye stuff, we were selling more of little things. I only sold one sweater at that market, so. And now here is what Craig the pillow looks like. It ended up being a very large pillow, but that's nice. It's like an actual, like, it looks like a bed pillow, not like a throw pillow. I really like, that's the only thing I could do because I had made this intending it to be a sweater, and there's sweater ribbing on the bottom, and I didn't want to really like change the size or shape of it. So I was like, I'm just gonna use stuffing and it's gonna be what it is. And my sister doesn't even know this, but there is another polar bear on the back of this pillow, which for some reason I didn't learn my lesson. So I told her that I wasn't sure if I had enough of this yarn to make the back of the pillow, and I was like, it might have to be a different color on the back, and she was like, that's fine. But then I was like, oh, I have enough yarn if I just do another tapestry on the back, and this is just still the background color. So I was like thinking about that, and I told my mom about it, and then I actually showed her a tapestry grid pattern that I had saved on my Pinterest, and it was also a polar bear, but it's just a polar bear face. And she was like obsessed with it. She was like, that is so cute. It's going to be so much cuter than this polar bear. I was like, okay. So I did it, but I just still had 1 ounce of hope that I could make something in half double crochet. So I still did it in half double crochet, even though that's the reason this turned out bad. But I was just thinking, like, it was a very symmetrical design since it's just his face. And that's why my first tapestry sweater with the teddy bear worked out the way it did. And it was like, it looked fairly normal. I think it's because it was a symmetrical design. So I felt too confident about it, and it's not good. It actually, like, when I'm looking at this, it truly doesn't look as bad as I thought it was. It just looks like a fat polar bear, and his face is kind of squished, I feel like, but I don't know. But the backside is not good. Why? Yeah, so I don't really have anything else to say about this. I mean, what if I just like made a smile on it? That might actually like look better because there's just so much white space here, and there's also a lot of white space here, which I really don't think I can do anything about that at this point. My sister's really artsy, so I will just give it to her the way it is, and if she wants to, she can add a smile with my fabric markers or something. So in case you were one of those people who voted in the survey and then you were wondering what happened exactly, so there's your update. I feel like I did a really good job of stuffing this because I'm normally really bad at evenly stuffing pillows. I used a whole bag and a half of polyfill, and I still had polyfill left over that is like a luxury polyfill. I don't really know what it is, but it is really nice. And so I used that on like the top half. Maybe that helped because it was really, it's not like, it doesn't stick to itself. It's like silky kind of. So it's it was very easy to like push it in and towards the side or whatever space I needed it to be in. So I have one other sweater to show, and it is this houndstooth brown and pink sweater. So I actually started working on this the week before I had that last market, and I had full confidence that I was going to finish it by the market because I was like, it's a whole week. I can make a sweater in a week. I've made sweaters in 2 days, so I can make a sweater in a week. And I have made a houndstooth sweater once before, and apparently I failed to have any memories of making it actually, but I definitely failed to remember that it takes a much longer time than a regular sweater, or like using a regular stitch, I should say, and much more yarn. So a week before the market, I knew I could get one more sweater out of the way, and I was really hoping to do a sweater that wasn't a spiral or a star because I had already been making a bunch of those recently because they are really popular and people are really impressed by them at markets. They sell pretty quickly and pretty well. And so I've been making a lot of them recently, but wanted a break from that and wanted something that I hadn't done in a while. And I remember that when I made a houndstooth sweater once, which was in light pink and white, the first one I made, people really liked it, and it got a lot of compliments at markets. I remember there was a girl, like a teenage, like probably like 13 or 14-year-old who really wanted it, and it was too big for her, so she didn't get it. And then the person who ended up buying it like really, really loved it. And I was just so happy with that sweater, even though I personally, like, I've never been big into houndstooth, but I know it's like, I feel like it's a very classic 2000s print. And that's why I made it brown and pink, because that is also such a 2000s color combo. And I don't think I've ever seen specifically a brown and a pink houndstooth before. So it's like these two different patterns slash colors that were popular at the same time, but I don't know. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong if you have something that's in brown and pink houndstooth, but I've never seen this color combination in a houndstooth. So I started making it on Sunday, and I had the market on Saturday after that. And I realized by Monday that I wasn't gonna have enough yarn to finish it, which was really annoying because I purposely did brown and pink because these were two yarns that I have had for a while sitting there, and especially the pink, I had no other plans for it, and I was like, I would love to get rid of these yarns. And I do think that if I made a regular sweater, it would have been enough yarn, but I forgot that houndstooth, because it is double crochets and also single crochets, and that makes a much denser sweater, and I can feel it. It's like a heavier sweater in a good way. Like it feels nice and cozy. So I didn't have enough yarn, which was really annoying because it just ended up being one of those situations where you start a project wanting to get rid of a yarn stash, and then you don't have enough of that yarn stash to finish the project, and then you have to buy more of that yarn. Let me know in the comments if that's happened to you, because it happens to me all the time and it's just so annoying. I ended up right back where I started with these balls of yarn. I will say though, I already have thought of a lot of things I could do with this pink, because I have a olive green, and that color combination is so adorable in my opinion. Like, I think that's one of the most classic color combinations, specifically olive green and light pink. I know that green and pink is really popular right now because of Wicked, and honestly, in my heart, it's always been popular because of Cosmo and Wanda, but I think Wicked and Cosmo and Wanda are both more brighter, normaler pinks and greens, as opposed to this being like a muted slash pastel-y. So I actually haven't decided what to make with these two colors. I know I want to use them together. I might just make a star sweater, because in my mind that seems like it would be really, really cute. I have been wanting so badly to make a half and half sweater again, because I haven't made one of those in a while either, just like the houndstooth, and I love those sweaters so much, and I haven't been able to like really get good color combinations in my head for it. And I can't really figure that out with these two either, because normally I make it half the sweater is a solid color, half is two colors that are striped. And so with this, I would, if I was going to do that, I would need a third color. I mean, brown wouldn't be so bad striped with green. I think gray stripes with either colors would be nice too, with the other color being the solid color. Like, either way, with pink and gray stripes or with olive and gray stripes, that's cute. I could just make it not stripes and have it be half and half. That's a little more boring to me, but I still think it would be like very cute. But then that gets to a point where I'm like, then maybe I should just do a star sweater. So I feel like I'm leaning towards heart sweater, but star sweater, not heart. It's because I'm showing a heart sweater in this video. That's one of the other things I have. Oh, I said that was the last sweater, but the heart sweater is a baby sweater. Anyway, I will get to that. So I will hold off on making this. Let me know in the comments what you think would be the cuter option for the green and pink star sweater, or a half and half sweater. I think that I also might want to do the green and brown, which I have enough to do both, so don't worry about that. I have two skeins of this green in a spiral, because I have been really wanting to make a spiral that one of the colors is green and then the other color is like some type of earthy color, to make it both be like earthy colors. I don't know if I would go for this particular brown though. I'm not sure how that would turn out. Maybe I need more of a beige than a deep brown for that. Let me know your opinions on that too, because there's a couple of things that I want to make before I get to my other ideas that I'm like just coming up with now, so we have time. Since I mentioned it, I will now show the heart sweater. This is a sweater that I made for my nephew. It's not the best. I'm not claiming this to be my best work. Actually, a lot of this isn't my best work. I was thinking that about the pillow. I do think my sister only wants that to be a Christmas pillow and not an all year round pillow, because if she does use it as a throw pillow and puts it on her couch, everyone who goes in her house is gonna see the pillow and she's gonna be like, oh, my sister made it, and then it's gonna look like that's like my best work, you know what I mean? Like, that's the only bad thing about being able to give her the kind of reject project, is that other people are gonna see it. Anyway, I made this for my nephew, who is 2, he's gonna be 3, for Christmas, because my sister, his mom, has an adult size of this sweater in different colors, and she was wearing it the other day and he really loved it, and to the point where when they went home he made her give it to him and he put it on, and he said it was his turn for it. So I was like, obviously I need to make him one, and his favorite color is orange, so I did orange and yellow because he likes like pastel-y and bright colors. But I am not known to make kids versions of many things. I notoriously am not good at sizing kids' hats. I've failed at that a couple of times. Kids, anything, any kids wearable, it's not my best. I feel okay about the size of this, actual size wise, because I measured it against a long sleeve shirt that was actually one size too big for him, so it's gonna fit his body. I'm just nervous about the head hole size and the arm sleeve size. I don't know why I said arm sleeve as if there's any other kind of sleeve. The head hole, I asked my mom, I was like, does this look too small? And she said no. And if it is, that will be easier to fix. The sleeves are not going to be easy to fix, and if they don't fit, I won't fix it. I will just like redo the whole thing, honestly, because fixing it would require like unsewing everything. So I really hope it fits. Actually, the other side, it starts with an orange heart. I feel like I did an okay job at, actually a pretty good job at squaring this off, because I used the heart sweater pattern that I always use for adult sweaters, and so I knew how to square those off, and since I've been making so many spiral sweaters, I've gotten used to squaring things off. But I still had to like make it up, because obviously I can't apply the adult size way of doing it to a kid size. It would have been too many rows, so I literally just made it up, and I didn't even write it down. So like I would do this side, and then I didn't write it down, and I would just do this side based off of like what I remember doing on this side, and then the same for the back panel. So all the sides on all 4 panels are different. I just made it up, so not a bad job of squaring off. And I really like the ribbing at the bottom. I don't often do that, and I don't normally do it with heart sweaters, but I feel like I'm gonna start, if I even make more heart sweaters, because I haven't made those in a while. Ever since I learned how to make a star sweater, I don't feel the need to make the heart sweaters anymore, because heart sweaters are a little more complicated. So hopefully this fits, but I won't know until Christmas. The next thing I made is this candy pillow. I made this in very Halloween-y colors because I wanted to make this around Halloween time, and I like saw the vision in my head with these yarns specifically, but I didn't have enough of the green yarn. And so this week when I ordered that pink and brown from Michaels, since Michaels is now having Big Twist yarn, and this is Big Twist slime, I added that to my cart as well, so that I would be able to make this pillow that I really wanted to make back in October and didn't have enough yarn for it. So this is going to be so cute around Halloween. Not so cute right now around Christmas time when I'm filming this, but still, always gotta plan ahead. And the last thing that I've been working on are these bow keychains, which I'm sure you've seen me make them before, but I'm specifically making a bunch of purple ones for my niece to give out to her gymnastics team around Christmas, like as little Christmas gifts, because I had this leftover purple for a while. It is a Walmart brand yarn, and I don't really use Walmart brands anymore. So, and I like when I make a wearable, I like for the yarns to be like almost preferably the same yarn brand if I'm using like 2 different colors or more, or at least they like feel similar. Like the brown and the pink, brown was Big Twist and the pink was Pound of Love, but they're both very soft and lightweight yarns. Walmart has a little more stiff, like kind of on the Red Heart side, but not as bad as Red Heart. I do like Walmart yarn, but I just don't use it anymore, so I wanted to get rid of my purple that I had left. So I am just making a bunch of these because it is the same purple as my niece's gymnastics team is. So, and they get like, they have jackets, but they also can order backpacks of that show like their gymnastics team. It has the gymnastic team's name on it. So I thought that would be really cute to put this on those backpacks. So as you can see, I've made a bunch of them already. I only put the keychain on one so far. So once I'm done, I'm gonna just go ahead and put the keychain on all of them. I don't know how many I need to make. I don't know how many kids are on her team. I don't know how many coaches like work in that building. I'm just gonna make them until, oh, and this was the same yarn that I used for that candy pillow. So I made that candy pillow first to make sure I had enough yarn for that. And now the rest of my purple is going to be going to these bows, whether it's too many or not. If it's too many, we can leave some out for like other girls in that go to that gymnastics place but like aren't on her team. And it's like gymnastics and dance and maybe cheer. So it's like there's like tons of girls that go there, and there's obviously like different age groups too and everything. So if I have too many, we'll just leave them out for other people. That's it for this crochet haul. Actually, I know in my last crochet haul, I said that in my next crochet haul, it would probably be things that I crocheted for myself because that's what I was going to be focused on after market season. And clearly, that's not what happened so far. None of those things were for me. So I guess I'll say it again, but it still might not be true in my next crochet haul, or maybe it will be, that maybe you will see a bunch of stuff that I've made for myself. I have so many things on my crochet list of things I want to make. Some of it is random stuff that I will make for markets, and some of it's for me. So I'll be very busy, and I'm sure you'll be seeing a crochet haul from me sometime soon. And I also hope to have some non-crochet videos sprinkled in on my channel. If I do anything exciting, I will vlog it and show it. I don't think I am doing anything that exciting, but who knows, things come up. In a month and a half, my family's going to Disney, so I will be vlogging that, of course. And before I go, I will do like an outfit video to show all my outfit plans for every day, and kind of like slash a packing video. But that will all be in January, so hopefully in December I'll have more crochet or non-crochet content for you guys to enjoy. Thanks for watching!